think we can start. So welcome everyone to this webinar on GenTwo Pro. My name is Pablo Jodar. I'm the head of sales at GenTwo. And the idea today will be to introduce you to what we do at GenTwo for those that are dialing in for the first time. And then I'll do a quick demo on our platform, GenTwo Pro, that allows any financial intermediary to assetize any type of asset. After the webinar, you will have a Q&A session. So any questions you might have, you can write it in the Zoom link, and I will pick it up. Okay, so let's get started. So just to give you a little bit of background about GenTwo, we are a Swiss-based company. We started 6 years ago in 2018. But since then, we've grown quite significantly. We have issued more than 5 billion of assets. We currently have 3.8 billion. This figure is growing almost every month. We are present in more than 26 countries via our clients. We have over 100 employees. We have 2 locations, as I said, Switzerland with headquarters in Zurich, but we also have an office in Pristina, Kosovo, and now we are expanding into 2 new locations. The first one is the UK, so we are setting up operations in London, and beginning of next year, we will be opening offices as well in the US, mainly to cover the LATAM offshore business. As you may know, last year we also had an investment Series A investment round led by Point72, and this year we were awarded as the winners for the Swiss FinTech of the year. So the traction so far has been incredible. We are constantly onboarding new clients that want to assetize assets, not only on the liquid side, but also on the non-bankable, and we keep improving our engine, GenTwo Pro, that you will see afterwards to make that happen. Just to give you some names of the clients or partners that we are currently working with, you have here on the bottom of the slide some of these clients that for some of you will be familiar. We also have done many different types of products. Currently, we have around 1,000 products that have been issued in our platform, and it ranges from plain vanilla strategies on liquid assets like equities, fixed income, FX, to most exotic ones like art, physical uranium, or any type of real estate deal. Also on the debt side, we've been quite active supporting our clients building products. So yeah, as you can see, thanks to our platform GenTwo Pro, we can basically turn any asset into a bankable security that can be bought from any bank or broker around the globe. You may ask yourself, okay, but this sounds really good, but what is the process? Because when you deal with securities or funds, we always think about the administrative burden that it entails. And people get a little bit surprised when they see our platform, how easy things are. So basically, we have divided the structuring process, if you wish, in 5 simple steps. So our aim, we always say, is that creating a security should be as simple as booking a flight. So we start with the idea that the client brings into our engine, and then in the platform, we gather all the information that is required for the different teams within the organization to work on the product. So we need the legal documents. Also, we need the fees that the client wants to charge, and so on and so forth. So the different teams, legal and structuring, can create the term sheet. And then the product is open for subscription and ready to be funded by the end investor. So as you can see, we have made the issuance process really, really simple. In terms of assets that you can grab into our products, as I said before, we can do almost everything. So anything that can have a value attached to it, we can convert it into a bankable security. In terms of product lines that we currently offer, we have the most popular one is the AMC, Actively Managed Certificate. This is a fund-like instrument that allows you to manage actively any type of strategy, again, on liquid or non-liquid assets. We also offer CLN, credit-linked notes, mostly for project financing. So the underlying asset in this product is a loan agreement. And we also offer tracker certificates that basically replicates the performance of a single underlying asset. And you can use the tracker for replicating the performance of an index, or you can also convert private shares into a private of a private company into a security that can be accessed from any bank or broker around the globe. We can also do ETPs through one of our partners. And lastly, we have the token. This is something that we can do, but so far the interest from or the demand is not there yet. But we have the capabilities also to convert assets into tokens via our platform as well. Then regarding our ecosystem, basically, as you can see in this slide, GenTwo Pro is in the middle of the process and is the core system of our business. And then we connect the different stakeholders that take part into the structuring process to the platform, so everything can be managed by the platform. What we want always to achieve is to minimize the manual interaction and emails back and forth. So we try always to channel that information via the platform to have it stored securely and also to manage it digitally. So we have track on everything that is happening in every security we work on. In terms of what we offer as GenTwo, we cover everything. So we set up the issuance platform for our clients. We create the term sheets. We open the accounts for the securities with the paying agents, the brokers, the custodians. We also take care of the valuation of the product. We manage the secondary market transactions. So all of that is covered by us. So let's say the admin part of the business is covered by GenTwo, and our clients just need to focus on identifying the investment opportunity or strategy, managing that, and then distributing the product to the end investor. So, as I said before, the products that we offer are can be listed in the Vienna Stock Exchange. By default, they are cleared by SIX 6. We can also log them into Bloomberg. So at the end, it's like any other security that can be traded OTC as a private placement via SIX or the Vienna Stock Exchange. Then more on the legal structure, how we organize everything on the back. So basically what we have is a dedicated issuer per each of our client. This is a company that can be incorporated in Guernsey or in Cayman. These are the two jurisdictions that we currently cover, although we are constantly expanding in new jurisdictions. And then from this company, you as a client can create as many cells or products as you want, and every product is a segregated cell, so there is no cross-contamination risk between compartments, and you can have different type of strategies on these independent cells. All our issuers are bankruptcy remote, so you don't have any bank, for instance, issuer risk. This is not consolidated under GenTwo's balance sheet or our client's balance sheet. This is completely an off-balance sheet structure. Also on the broker and custodian side, for those strategies that are on liquid assets, the client has the freedom to choose any broker or custodians. We work as an open architecture, so basically you can plug any content party there. Obviously, all our services are provided as well as a white label, so you can then resell the services to all the clients that want to issue their own products. So the idea behind having your platform is that you can scale it fast and grow on assets with existing clients, but also with new clients that you can attract thanks to the new business line that it opens up for you. Then we covered this before, part of this, but the minimum investment is $10,000, euro. It depends on the denominated currency of the product. You can have an unlimited number of investors. It's important to mention that it's restricted for professional investors, and also US persons cannot invest. If you want to distribute to retail, you can do it, but only in Switzerland for the moment. We currently offer C8 or XS ISIN. And yeah, as I said before, as soon as the product is out, any professional investor can book it via their bank or broker. Then I will comment briefly on some business cases that I wanted to show you today, just for you to have some ideas on how you can leverage our GenTwo Pro Assetization platform. So, for instance, for banks, we have actually another GenTwo Pro version just dedicated for banks. We hosted recently a webinar, so you can also watch that webinar that is published in our website. But in a nutshell, banks can easily place strategies into the market via the GenTwo Pro platform. And this is a tremendous revolution into the financial system, because before the only option was to create funds that are quite restrictive and expensive to set up, whereas here you can just test out the strategies with really low volumes, because as GenTwo, we don't impose any minimum volume to issue a product, so you can start as low as 1 million if you wish. In the case of asset managers, same thing. It allows any asset manager to create new strategies, also enable investors access to assets that before were not accessible, talking more about the private market space, where now, as I said before, we have products on art, even whiskey, or in general collectibles or private debt. You can also pool different investors in a single product that then allows you to invest in certain funds that, if not, a single investor will not be able to invest. For instance, speaking about private equity, where the minimums sometimes are quite high. So in general, our platform allows you to be more flexible and bring more opportunities to your clients. And lastly, this a specific case on structured products. Again, you can grab any type of asset into the AMC. So another example is just structured product notes that you can build and then grab into the AMC and distribute to your investors. So that's all on the presentation about the platform and GenTwo as a company. And now, with no further ado, I will jump into the demo, so you can have an idea on how everything works in reality. So here you can see the dashboard. So you, as a client, once you sign the contract and you become a GenTwo client, you will receive the login details, and then the first thing you will see when you log into our platform is the dashboard. So here, so here you can see the products that are currently in subscription from other clients, and also products that have been issued in the past. So also, at some point, if you are interested in one of the products that other clients are doing, you can contact them and get more information. Then on the left side of the screen, you have the different functionalities that you can use in our platform. So I'm going to start with the new product request. So we click on the new product, and then here we start with different questions that the different teams within GenTwo will need to get in order to create the term sheet. So let's kick it off. First question is the product sponsor. Who is the product sponsor? For all of you that are not familiarized with the terminology, the product sponsor is basically the entity that will take care of the cost of the product. So basically, the entity that will pay the bills related to the product. Okay. So we click on next. Then we have product name. We can name it as we want. AMC on US equities, for instance. Then we click next. We then move to the underline. Is it a single or a basket? So if it's a single, for instance, let's check that. If it's single, you can select private equity, private debt, fund, digital asset, or collectible. If we click on basket, we need to click on update. Yes. Then you can ask questions about the asset allocation. So will you be using derivatives? We can say yes. Then I'm going to be only investing in equities. So I select here equities. The range, I'm going to say I'm going to keep it wide. So from 0 to 100. And then here I can put, okay, I'm going to just trade ETFs and stocks. That's it. Then I click next. And I continue with the process. Here in the step 5, you can ask questions about the investment strategy. So here you can define your strategy. I don't know, about growth, for instance. Then the strategy guidelines. Here, let's put TBD. And then the restrictions, if there are any restrictions, for instance, if you don't want to go short, you can put it here that there is this restriction, so investors are aware that this strategy will never go short. It's a long only strategy. Then we can click on next. Then here we can ask a question regarding the US dividend paid by US stocks. So if we foresee that we are gonna hold US dividend, US stocks that are gonna pay a dividend, then we need to click on yes. In my case, I'm going to manage US long only strategy, so I will receive some dividends. Then the issuer, here, you as a client, as I said before, you will have your dedicated issuer. So let's say that I have an issuer in Cayman. That's my demo user Cayman. Paying agent, we currently have 4 paying agents onboarded in the platform. We have Incor, ISP, EFG Bank, and Bank Heritage. Let's say I select the first one, Incor Bank, and then the broker. We also have several brokers that are already onboarded in our platform. So let's go, I don't know, for Interactive Brokers, for instance. Then product manager. The product manager is the entity that will be managing the product itself. It's important to mention that you as a client, when you build the platform for the different products, you can appoint different product managers in the case you want to offer the services to external managers. But in this case, let's say that I'm the client and I'm going to be managing myself. Also important to know or to mention is that for liquid strategies, the product manager needs to be regulated where the entity is based. So if it's based in Switzerland, it needs to hold a FINMA license. If it's regulated in VBI, it needs to hold an approved manager license, and so on and so forth. Then product administrator typically is the same as the product manager, because it's the one administrating the product. And then you can also add a distribution agent if you are going to work with a third party that is going to be distributing the product. So here I will select same as product manager because I'm going to do everything. Then I go next. Stage 8. Here we can select the currency. So let's say US dollar. Then the initial investment size I'm expecting for the product. So let's say I want to raise 20 million in the primary. So put here 20 million. Then tenor, I want to have it open-ended. And then here we have the subscription. I want to start as soon as possible. So let's say next Monday. And then here automatically it will populate that. So we go to, let's say, subscription ends. I will be quick raising the funds, so I'm gonna close it the 18th. Okay. So we go next. Here, as I said before, by default, all our products are cleared by SIXs, but you can also list it in the Vienna Stock Exchange. So we can select it here. It has an extra fee. So if you want, because for you it's really a mandatory thing, you can click. And also for the Bloomberg, you have an extra cost that you can also select. Okay, let's move on. Product distribution. Here, I'm going to distribute mainly in, say, Germany, France, and Spain. Okay, so then I click next. Here I get the disclaimer. After reading it, I can click accept. We are approaching almost the end of the process. One thing also that is interesting is that anytime you can save here, you can click save and exit. And here you see the progress. So we are now at 65% of the process. So if you are not sure about some parts of the information, you can always come back. Here on the fees, you have the different type of fees. Setup fee, this is charged upfront to the product. Then you have the admin fee. This is an ongoing fee for the administrative expenses. Then you have management fee. You can also select the performance fee that can be quarterly or annually, or at the end of the period. Then you have also here the percentage you wanna charge as performance fee, let's say 20%. Then you can put a hurdle rate as well, and then you can also select the distribution fee. So every time a new order comes in, you can include a distribution fee for that specific order. Here you can also amortize the fees, the upfront one. So the setup fee can be amortized for 1, 2, 3, 6, 12 months. I'm gonna select no amortization. Okay, so, and then I'm gonna put a management fee of 2%. Okay, so we can click next, secondary market. Here, in my case, I'm gonna put daily, because I'm managing a liquid strategy. So I want to allow my investors to buy or sell on a daily basis. But you can also select weekly, monthly, quarterly, or best effort means that the issuer will fulfill the order on a best effort basis. Okay, we go next. We are 80%, so almost there. I hope I'm not boring you too much. So here it's the coupon stage. So you can also select the coupon. It can be fixed, variable, unfixed and variable, or discretionary. So fixed means that you are gonna pay a fixed percentage. Variable is that when the coupon payment date approach, you will decide how much you are gonna pay out to the investor. Then you can have a mix of fixed and variable. And then the discretionary means that you will pay the amount that you want and when you want, basically. And then you can also have the frequency, monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, or annual. Here, I'm not going to pay any coupon. So that will be it. I'm going to save and exit. Okay, it's 85%. So for some reason, I cannot now click on the on submit, but because I'm in the demo environment. But yeah, here on the bottom right, you will have a submission button, and then the product is shipped into the system. Our key account team will pick it up and start working together with the structuring and legal, and the product will be in the market as soon as possible. So this is a summary of the platform on the request part of the platform. And as you can see, you can place a product into the market in a really simple steps. Then something interesting for the day-to-day or the management of the product is the workflow. So every time you wanna create a new payment instruction from the product, let's say to the broker and custodian, you can come here to the workflows tab, and then you can create a new workflow. So for instance, here I can see that there is now an active workflow that is a secondary increase of 200 units. And so if I click on that, I see the IC number, I see who's the issuer, and then I see the units. In this case, is 200 units. And then I will be able to accept that order or reject it. If I know who is the investor, then I can accept it. If not, I can leave it there or reject it. Then to initiate the workflow is also quite simple. So let's say the end of the first quarter is approaching and I want to pay out my fees as a manager. I can go here. This is, by the way, this is the product page. So here I can see the performance overview, can see the NAV of the product, and then I have here all the details again: issuer, issue size, who is the broker, who is the custodian, and so on and so forth. I also have here the different fees that are charged to this product. And here I have the accounts for the paying agent and for the custodian. So I go here, new workflow, then I go to payment instruction, and then here I select payment type, can say, okay, quarterly fees for 2024, second quarter, and I want it from the paying agent to, so let's say 2024, and I select from the paying agent to here should be my account of my company, and then I click on initiate workflow, and then the workflow is initiated. So the money is transferred. All right. So then coming to the order acceptance templates, here you can see all the orders that have come in your into your product. So you see the secondary increases or the secondary decreases, and here when you select, you see all the details as I showed you before. You can accept that order or you can reject it. And then that's pretty much it. Here you have all the products that you are working on and you have not submitted yet. So you can come back anytime and complete it. And then you also have some documentation related to the platform that you can also download in case you have any doubt or you need more information about the platform. So that's pretty much it about GenTwo Pro. I hope you have liked this demo. And now we will jump into the questions. All right, so let's go into the Q&A. I see one question here. Can we have the presentation after? Sure, we will send an email to everyone that have attended this webinar with the presentation. Also, I will be happy to join a call if needed to further explain any doubts that you could have related to our offering. Are there any case studies or examples where banks have successfully used GenTwo Pro to improve their product offering or expand into new markets? Yes, we have several banks that are already using our technology to create their own products. Some of them are public information, others due to confidentiality agreements we cannot disclose. But yeah, in Switzerland, there are several banks already using our platform. Okay, given the complex regulatory environment banks operate in, how does GenTwo Pro ensure compliance with local and international regulations? So we as GenTwo, we are a tech provider, so we just basically enable banks via our platform to launch their products, but we don't manage assets. So the banks basically, or any financial intermediary, needs to be regulated and know the local regulation in the jurisdictions they are distributing in order to be able to do so. So GenTwo doesn't take care part on the distribution or management of the products. How is Silicon Banks integrate GenTwo Pro into existing infrastructure processes? That's a very good question, and actually this is one of our USP for GenTwo Pro for banks. Our platform doesn't need any integration cost, so actually we offer it with no setup fee or integration fee. To just as a bank plug into the platform via a login, and then you are able to request the product. Just to mention, the difference between GenTwo Pro for banks and GenTwo Pro is that GenTwo Pro for banks is only for bankable products, whereas it's here in the platform I just showed you, GenTwo Pro, you can also create products on non-bankable or non-listed products like private equity, real estate, private debt, and so on and so forth. Then on the NAV, I see another question here. We do the NAV internally. We have our lifecycle management team that take care of, on a daily basis, updating the NAV. Also, we have many questions, so maybe the last one. I'm then happy to get on a call and answer all your questions. Are there additional fees for the custodian and the cost for transaction? Is there a limit on transaction per month? So we as GenTwo, we don't charge any custody or brokerage fee because, again, we are providing just the tech infrastructure. So that is on the broker or the custodian side to decide what are the fees that they want to charge. So unfortunately, I cannot go through all the questions. In the interest of time, I would like to say thanks everyone for joining this webinar. I hope it's been useful. And I hope for those that are not already clients that we can collaborate in the future and transform this industry by